Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. Today we are taking a look at Still Hunt. Yes, this is a very well-known weapon and meta, to be honest, but today we're going to talk why that is. Today we are going to talk why when you do a raid, your chat log looks like this. So first things first, there are two paths that Still Hunt can take. You've got the normal version, and then you've got Still Hunt plus Celestial Nighthawk. So in this video, we're going to be covering both versions of the sniper and why it's actually a lot better than we already know it is. And for anyone coming to this video thinking, oh yeah, I already know how to put on Celestial Nighthawk, I already know how to hold my reload button, I will be talking about that just later. First, I'm going to go over the stuff that isn't really spoken about when it comes to Still Hunt. But to begin, let's look at the weapon itself. The main thing about the sniper is that we get golden gun shots. You land precision hits or you pick up orbs and you can cast a first person super thing. It's very cool. Does a whole lot of damage, which I'll get into in a second, but how does it work on the technical level? Well, the first thing is getting that super meter. You can first get it by rallying, which is why you'll have it almost all the time, at least going into a DPS phase. Then the other way is, like I said earlier, getting precision shots and picking up orbs. Precision hits will give us 16.7% of the meter, which mathematically comes out to just perfectly needing 6 shots to get 100%. And then if you pick up an orb of power, you get 8.34, which just means you need to pick up 12 orbs. However, most of us are just going to be doing precision hits anyways, and that's the easiest way for it to work, so really just focus on that. Now, once you have your meter and you hold a reload, you cast your super, you're ready to go to town, what does the damage actually look like? Well, for your first shot, you've got a super high damage bullet, but then if you chain precision hits, that goes up. So your second shot will be increased by 45%, and then your third shot will be increased by 90%. If we look at that on Carl, we're dealing 309,789 in the 3 shots, which is a ton. But before I get into a quick comparison, the last thing about this weapon and its super shenanigans is that whenever you cast your super, you get however many bullets of golden gun from thin air, and you get a full reload of your magazine. This is very good. Lots of things in the game have some type of risk reward. You know, you do more damage, it takes more ammo. Think Izanagi's Burden. Still Hunt is the opposite. When you want to deal more damage, you get ammo, which I do understand why it's like this. You don't want a super and not be able to fire all your bullets, but I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying it kind of breaks a lot of conventions, and this contributes to why it's so damn good. You get damage and ammo economy. But now comparing that to the previous Sniper Special King, at least in my book, Izanagi's Burden, again, putting the number back on screen, Still Hunt dealt 309,789 total in 3 shots. Izanagi here, again, consuming 4 bullets, which you don't get back for free, none of that. You're dealing 171,119. That's just a little more than half of what Still Hunt can do. Now, of course, one's instant, one isn't, but yeah, Celestial Nighthawk changes that. Regardless, we're talking about base form right now, the 3 shots, which every class can use. And that, what I just said there, is actually why I think Still Hunt is way better than people really think it is. A lot of the comments and a lot of the stuff you see, oh, Still Hunt's gonna get nerfed, oh, Still Hunt's really good, because it is when you see it paired with Celestial Nighthawk, which again, we're gonna talk about in a second. But even at its base form, Still Hunt, ammo-wise and damage-wise, is outperforming other weapons. The economy is great, it's intuitive to use, and the damage is insane. As I've rated and I've played with my friends, there's been a lot of discussion about how do the other classes besides Hunter keep up. And while you can't really, like you just cannot do as much damage as Hunters can, the way that you keep your damage up there is by also using Still Hunt. It's just that the ceiling for Still Hunt usage is a lot higher in Hunters. But for my Warlocks, my Titans, you know, you're out there, you're using Euphony, you're using Hazardous Propulsion with Crux Termination and Cloud Strike just to desperately claw at the feet of the Hunters that are just easily above that. I'm here to say you don't actually have to try that hard. Again, Hunters right now, just undoubtedly the best, but you can just equip Still Hunt or a neutered version of whatever still hunt DPS rotation you saw for hunters on Titans and Warlocks, and do pretty well. You're at least going to do better than using any of the other weapons that just aren't too hot right now. Which, if we take it back one more time, still hunt's super easy to use. You can just hold left click and then hold a reload and hold left click. It is about as simple as it gets. And while being super easy to use, the damage is up there. Now granted, as I have been saying throughout this section, yeah, it kind of pales in comparison to what Still Hunt and Celestial Nighthawk can do, so let's take a quick look at that because it is important. As we all know, it gives us one shot of the Golden Gun Cade's Retribution Super, which has massively increased damage. According to the Destiny 2 Data Compendium, this is a 52% increase over just base. If we just look at it at Carl, we're dealing 473,583 in one shot from a special weapon. And while this is just better damage than what normal Still Hunt can do, it also is better ammo economy. It allows for the cracked like meta Still Hunt DPS rotation that's been going around. If you want to see that, I will have a likely poorly performed version of it at the end of this video when I show off a witness DPS phase. But if you want a breakdown of how that all works and how to do it yourself and what goes into it, definitely go check out Llama's video on it. He made a whole video, he showed me how to do it. And if you wanted to top the DPS charts, go watch that. But when it comes to ammo economy, essentially the one bullet allows you to fully refill your ammo just as the gun does normally, shoot one bullet, and then you can like holster, which gives you all 6 bullets back. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you need 6 shots to get your full super meter, which means you never have to reload. That just doesn't happen on this weapon. Now, you aren't getting as many free bullets as you do with the 3 shots, but you get more damage, and thus it's just better. However, looking at the damage compared to something outside of our 3-shot variant, putting the number back up there again, we dealt 473,583 in a single shot. And so I thought, what is something that we can compare it to? What's a good, is this even broken? Can you do it with other weapons? And so I thought of Parasite, because I don't think there's anything in the game that has a higher single shot damage. And that dealt 336,561 total with the explosion and the impact. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Parasite is a heavy weapon. It requires 20 stacks of Worm's Hunger. It's not hit scan, doesn't have good range, and it deals almost 150,000 less damage than Still Hunt with Celestial Nighthawk. This gun is crazy. While I'm all here for it, I love when things are broken. Super fun. I love to use and abuse things. There's probably an issue with these numbers. I'm sure Bungie is looking at people do a witness in 2 phases and all the crazy stuff you can do, and probably are thinking of tuning it back a bit. Again, Parasite at max stacks doesn't do as much damage as a special sniper, which then after that one shot can just build it back up all again, while Parasite cannot. So yeah, I would probably expect Still Hunt to catch a nerf. With that said, I think it's just going to be the Celestial version that gets a nerf. And the actual point of this video is to show that Still Hunt is meta without that combo. You still have a special weapon that does incredible damage even in its 3-shot variant, which again, I'd like to drive home. If you're a Warlock, if you're a Titan and you're just dejected about the damage that you do with your current setup, just put on Still Hunt. It's okay. You just sprinkle in a little rockets, you do your Still Hunt combo, you're gonna be doing just fine where DPS is considered. And using Still Hunt in its 3-shot variant allows you to take it into things like GMs. You don't need an exotic helmet. You can run it with a different build. You can take it into GMs, lost sectors, and still take advantage of a super high damaging, nice ammo economy special weapon. So genuinely, if you just thought Still Hunt was hunters only, you're wrong. However, with that being said, the rest of this video is going to be witness DPS in a 4-man I just did with Llama and some pals. And yeah, I was using Celestial because it's just very good, and that's what you want to use if you're trying to truly optimize everything. But that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for getting this far into the video. On the way to 9,000 subscribers, I would love to have you with me on the journey. A like, a comment, and subscription goes a long way. If you want to support me and support the channel, and you can't think of a comment, you can comment down below still hunt. Like that, as usual, I hope you are having a great day, and I hope to see you around. Also, enjoy the format.
Okay.
I get you, I get you. I think I shot Fred in the head.
That's everything for me.
Oh, nice. There we go. Okay. Damage. Watch the floor.
Back left.
Yeah.
Get him.
Yes.
Okay.
The primary at the end there. Lovely.
I had to reload my shit, and it was like, you know, it's like when you reload cancel, but you have to wait for the bullet to like.
Yeah.
Again. You just spam.
Shoot,
clicking.
damn it, shoot!
Shoot.
Yeah.
Guys, I had to break out the non-explosive payload shoot to hunger.
Easy for us, yeah, right, Jude. Exactly.
How's my damage? How bad was it? Hey,
As bad as
not
fucking
bottom.
mine, mate. You're welcome, mate.
Thank you.